They ruled the stage, dominated the charts, and shaped entire generations with their voices. But time, as always, brought change. And with it came new faces, new styles, and dramatic transformations, both physical and artistic. Today, we'll take a deep and continuous journey through the lives of some of the most iconic singers the world has ever seen, observing how they evolved from rising stars to cultural legends, through fame, struggle, and reinvention. In the early 1980s, one woman began rewriting the rules of pop music. Madonna, born in 1958 in Michigan, arrived in New York with just $35 and a dream. What followed was nothing short of a revolution. Her style, bold. Her music, catchy and provocative. Her ambition, relentless. With hits like Holiday, Like a Virgin, and Material Girl, she became not only a chart topper but also a fashion icon. But it wasn't just about the music, it was about attitude, control, and creating an image the world couldn't look away from. Madonna didn't just ride the waves of pop culture, she created them. And even decades later, at over 65 years old, she's still reinventing herself. From spiritual ballads in Ray of Light to reggaeton collaborations in Medellin, she proves that age has nothing to do with relevance. Her face may have changed, her style may have shifted, but the fire that made her a star continues to burn. Over 300 million albums sold, countless controversies, endless reinventions. She is, and always has been, the queen of pop. At nearly the same time, another legend emerged, a boy from Gary, Indiana, with a voice and stage presence that would change the world. Michael Jackson was already a superstar with the Jackson 5, but no one could have predicted the cultural earthquake he would become in his solo career. When Thriller hit the airwaves in 1982, everything changed. The moonwalk became a rite of passage. The red leather jacket was everywhere. And Michael himself became more than a singer, he was a phenomenon. His albums broke every record imaginable. But it wasn't just about the music. It was about his presence, electrifying, mysterious, unforgettable. Over time, his appearance changed dramatically, sparking speculation and controversy. His skin lightened due to vitiligo. His features were altered by surgery. The boyish charm gave way to a more surreal, almost otherworldly figure. And yet, no matter the tabloid headlines, the lawsuits, or the whispers, his music remained undeniable. Billy Jean, Smooth Criminal, Man in the Mirror, they're more than songs, they're anthems. When he died in 2009, the world didn't just lose an artist, it lost a legend. But his legacy, still moonwalking forward. From moonwalking to school hallways, the late 90s gave rise to a new pop icon, Britney Spears. Just a teenager when she burst onto the scene with Baby One More Time, Britney quickly became the voice and face of a generation. Her smile, her choreography, and her bubblegum pop sound made her a superstar overnight. But being America's pop princess came with a cost. Every breakup, every breakdown, every mistake was splashed across the front pages. The pressure to perform, the lack of privacy, the relentless attention, it all added up. In 2007, the world watched as she shaved her head in a desperate cry for control. Then came the conservatorship, a legal arrangement that placed her personal and financial decisions in the hands of others, mostly her father. For 13 years, she lived under this shadow, but the world rallied behind her. The hashtag Free Britney movement became more than a hashtag, it was a demand for justice. And finally, in 2021, Britney won her freedom back. Today, she's more cautious, more private, but still unmistakably Britney. The girl in the schoolgirl outfit has become a woman who survived fame and found her voice again, this time on her own terms. Not long after Britney, another name exploded onto the charts, not with pop, but with pure, unfiltered rage and honesty. Marshall Mathers, better known as Eminem, wasn't polished, wasn't pretty, and definitely wasn't safe. But he was real. From My Name Is to Lose Yourself, Eminem used words like weapons, cutting through social norms and exposing his demons for all to see. Raised in Detroit, battling poverty, addiction, and self-doubt, his music was often raw, uncomfortable, and controversial. And that's exactly why it resonated. He won Grammys, topped charts, and starred in his own biopic, 8 Mile, which gave the world a glimpse into the struggle behind the stardom. Over the years, his style evolved. The bleach blonde hair disappeared. His sound matured. He became quieter, more introspective. But make no mistake, the fire is still there. Whether in Mockingbird or Godzilla, his flow remains unmatched. And though he may not seek the spotlight the way he once did, his presence in the world of hip-hop remains untouchable. As the 2010s rolled in, the music world met someone entirely new, someone who combined outrageous fashion, theatrical performances, and raw talent. Lady Gaga. From the moment she arrived, she made it clear she wasn't here to blend in. She wore dresses made of meat. She performed on fire. She turned every stage into an art piece. But beneath the drama was a voice and a message. Gaga spoke about mental health, bullying, and identity. She connected with fans not just through music, but through vulnerability. Born This Way became an anthem of acceptance. And when she stepped into acting with A Star Is Born, she shattered any doubts about her range. She won an Oscar. She performed at the Super Bowl. She even sang the national anthem at a presidential inauguration. And yet, through it all, she never lost her core, a performer who believes in the power of authenticity. Today, she's calmer, more reflective, but still iconic. Gaga is not just a stage name, it's a philosophy. Then came a kid from Canada with a YouTube video and a dream. Justin Bieber. He was barely a teenager when Baby took over the world. With his signature swoop haircut and innocent lyrics, he became the heartthrob of millions overnight. But with sudden fame came intense pressure. As he grew, so did the spotlight, and not always in kind ways. Legal issues, public outbursts, broken relationships, it seemed the world watched and judged his every move. But Justin, like many others on this list, evolved. His music became deeper, his lyrics more introspective, and in recent years, he's been open about his struggles with anxiety, addiction, and faith. He got married, he stepped away from the chaos, and he began healing in public, but on his own terms. Today, Justin Bieber is no longer just a pop star. He's a man who grew up in the unforgiving glare of fame and somehow found his way through it. Back in Brazil, the landscape of music was also shifting. Sandy, once part of the beloved duo Sandy and Junior, grew up on stage. From the early 90s, she was a household name, singing wholesome songs about love and dreams with her brother. But as she grew, so did her music. After the duo split in 2007, Sandy took a step back from fame. She studied literature, got married, and had a son. Her solo career was quieter, more refined, focused on emotion, not spectacle. Today, she's one of the most respected voices in Brazilian music, known for her elegance and integrity. Her fans grew up with her, and her story is one of graceful transformation. And then there's Naldo Benny, a name that exploded in the early 2010s with the hit Amor de Chocolate. His style was flashy, his rhythm infectious, and his image everywhere. He was the face of parties, clubs, and viral dance challenges. But fame came fast, and maintaining it wasn't easy. Personal scandals, media backlash, and the ever-changing music scene made his comeback a challenge. Still, he's not done. He's matured, musically and personally, and today, he's working to rebuild his place in the spotlight. This time with more reflection, less excess. Through all of these stories, from Michigan to Brazil, from moonwalks to meltdowns, one thing becomes clear. Fame doesn't freeze people in time. It transforms them. It challenges them. It exposes their best and worst. But behind every headline, every hit single, and every viral moment, there's a human being, evolving, hurting, growing. And whether they fade quietly into the background or continue to reinvent themselves, their voices remain part of the soundtrack of our lives. Now tell me, which of these transformations surprised you the most? Which artist would you love to see in a part 2? Leave your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications, because the stories of these voices never truly end.